So today we find ourselves washed up on an island. There's a few things dropping on the beach here, but let's explore around a little bit until we find... Ooh, hello. An obelisk of sorts. You're finally awake. But basically we have to find our way off of the island, and we do that by clicking a whole bunch of things, because we are the apprentice of this click mage. So this obelisk can't teleport us off the island, but it can help strengthen magical powers. So maybe that helps. And first we need to bring it wood to increase the resources. That should be easy enough. Forest is directly north of here, so let's just go up there, and it's literally right there. And there's an axe, a staple of any middle school locker room. But we just pick up some of the wood and then drop it back at the obelisk. Do that 3 times, and then we get the upgrade. So we can hold 5 things instead of just 1. Can increase powers even further, but need more resources to do so, like stone. But before we can do that, we need to upgrade our clicks. But now we should have access to more of the upgrade tree. And we do have a few things available to us. Click power, click hardness is the one that we need to go for stone. And I'm guessing these other upgrades are a bit more difficult to get. But let's see, can we increase our hand size again? Okay, that's what we need the stone for. Click power, how about? Okay, 5 wood and 5 sand. We can do that. Just gotta get a bit more wood here, and then we can carry it all at once. Beautiful. Drop it all off there, and then we return to the beach to find the sand. And every time we're picking up something new, we do get new blueprints. Like a furnace there and a weird sort of dial thing. But 5 sand goes right there, and our click power has been upgraded. Let's go ahead and upgrade stone, which is just 10 wood. Okay, so the new upgrade should help with that. Yeah, it's popping out of the thing faster. Very easy. Spending a lot of time in these trees. But now we have the click harness upgrade, so now we can get stone. But we still have no idea how to get off of the island. Well, if it's like any other game where you wash up on an island, this is our home now. Ooh, but there's another presence on the island. Seems we have a visitor. Who could that be? Villager? Where, oh, where would the visitor be? Oh, I thought this was it. No, it's just a big old ruby, and we need hardness 4 for this. But there is a whole bunch of stone here. Oh, I'm guessing this is a different stone. This is iron ore. What about this? That's copper ore, okay. It looks like a rock. Let me bash it like a rock. Hey, I think I found the visitor. A little corvid of sorts. Such a happy little guy. We'll just leave him be. Unless they washed up on the beach as well. Oh, I probably should have checked the beach first. Hello there. Potential customer. It's a merchant. Oh, and you just teleported. You didn't wash up like I did? Well, I hope that teleport wasn't a one-way thing. That's not possible. Well, never mind. Just a trader, not a teletransportation company. Well, why not? Branch out a little bit. Don't have a passenger transport license and would have to pay hefty fines just to give you a ride. Well, okay then. At least you can sell blueprints and recipes to build our own teleportation portal. Okay, maybe that's the sand one that we unlocked. A new customer discount, how nice of you. So what do we need to buy the things? So if we look at what you have, portal blueprint. We need 10 stone for that. Okay, that's easy enough. Maybe before we do that though, we come back to here and get the upgrade for hand size, because that just takes 5 stone. So that can be the first trip, and I'm guessing this is the stone up here. Sure enough, it seems to be the case. But it is still taking a while to mine out, kind of like the wood did when we started. But the hand size goes up, and now we can hold 10 things. This is perfect. So this is me holding the click button. Is it faster if I just spam it like this? It is a little faster. Well, hopefully that's enough. That's more than enough. Perfect. Have all the stone that you want. So now we bought the portal blueprint, and we have the buildings tab down here. And sure enough, that is the thing that we got. Building storage upgrade needed. Interesting. But what can we build in the meantime? Maybe a well? Blueprint missing, blueprint missing. Why do we gotta buy these blueprints? I discovered them. What do you want for them? The water well. Wood. Everything has a price around here, because there's exactly one person that sets the prices. But let's just go ahead and work our way towards getting the other blueprints. So we got the well, now we get the saw from wood and stone. But okay, that was a smelter. Ooh, which also unlocked a recipe for charcoal. Oh, but we need iron ore for that. Hold on, we can't do that yet. How about a saw? Iron ingots? Can't do that either. But now we should be able to place these things down. Building storage upgrade needed again. Or it's just to increase the thing. Well, let's see if we can get that first. Building storage, which is more wood and stone. So can we carry more than one resource at a time? I feel like we can, and sure enough we can. That makes it easy. All in one trip. Okay, so now the building storage is upgraded to level 1, so we do this, and now it doesn't have the thing anymore. So we should be able to place this down, and then get the things. Although we definitely need to keep upgrading our clicking speed to keep up with these harder resources, because that's still taking a while. But now we have a well, and thankfully we can refund it entirely for free if we want to move it. All right, but click power again, I think is what we need. Oh, never mind. Glass. How about the speed of auto clicks? Water and glass. Beach upgrade, doubles the amount of sand on the beach, and spawn rate. Don't really need that, I don't think. Well, maybe we will. And okay, we can get water from the well now. Perfect. Which takes 20 water, wow. We're basically recreating the ocean here. Thankfully, there isn't anything extra that goes into getting that resource though. Aside from, you know, building the building. It would be nice if we could make like a chest to store resources so we don't have to keep going back to the nodes. At least they're not too far away, so it's still doable, and now we have upgraded the beach. So there should be more sand that pops up and more frequently. And it sure seems to be the case. But is there another blueprint that we can get access to? The charcoal seems to be closer than the iron ingot. Can we put down the smelter? Stone and sand. Actually, very easy to do. So it's a good thing we did get that beach upgrade. So 10 sand goes in there, going back yet again to the stone mine. Or I guess it's a quarry because it's above ground. If that is a difference that makes it a quarry, I honestly don't know. But now we have a smelter, which needs fuel to work. Place more charcoal in the designated area next to them. Okay, so let's just gather up a whole bunch of wood here as much as we can. And then we dump that in there. Did that only take 3? It only took 3. Why? All right, fine. Now we have some extra for other things. Yay. So we could make, maybe we can't make charcoal. We can make ash? Sure. Go ahead and do that. So now we have ash. For whatever reason. To go and collect gym badges, I guess. Don't even know what to use it for. Really wish I had a chest now. But what other recipes are there? Okay, there's the iron ingot. And sure, we can make glass. Because we do need it for things. Sand, oh, so that's what we use the ash for. Okay then, might as well load it up to the full capacity of sand, which we're still gonna need a bit of ash to do, so maybe we need a second smelter to go next to this one. But now we have glass, and we need to get more wood there, so it's just a whole bunch more wood all around. Except to make it, because I guess it doesn't need to be used to make this. Just more sand, so we just comb the beach and miss a whole bunch on the first pass, we don't talk about it. And then we get the stone, and now we can have 2 smelters going. So this one can be used to make ash. And let's just gather up the full charge of wood before we put it in there, just to get the most out of it. And then the rest can kind of just float over here, right down here, while we gather everything else, and then move the ash to the glass furnace. And then, who was it that needed glass? Was it you? Probably for click hardness? Yeah. Although, is there something else that we could get first? We can do the hand size again, and thankfully it only needs 5 glass for that, and needs to get restocked on fuel charges again, but there's other glass that it needs. So now we just get a bunch of water, and then a bunch of stone, but the beach is full of sand, so we can do that too. So now our hand size is level 3, so we can carry 15 things. That should be better, because these are getting a little more expensive. But now if we increase the click hardness again, actually maybe we should upgrade the fuel storage, because 3 wood is kinda short. And for that, we get 10 sand. Might as well just carry a little extra so we can put it into the furnace to make exactly one more piece of glass I don't know what to do with. But in the meantime, we do need stone. And we can carry all of that we get, even if we don't know where to use it. But at least we can have it down here so we don't have to go back up there almost right away. But now, our furnaces should be able to hold more wood. Hopefully quite a bit more, so they can hold up to 5 pieces of wood. Well, that's more for the furnace. To make ash. I think we can just leave these as their current recipes, and then we'll make more other ones as needed. Oh, it actually looks like it's able to carry 5 whole pieces of wood and then use 1. So that's helpful. Or we just dump it all into the ash maker. Whoops. So it can still go in there, and then it goes into the ash maker. You know what? I'm not upset about that. I'm just kind of upset that we don't have more sand here. But what does it take to upgrade the building storage again? Water and stone? Oh, that's super easy. Not nearly as greedy as that merchant. I'm thinking it'll be good if we can get all the upgrades that we can before we get to new resources, so we're the best that we can be. So now they can hold up to 15 wood, and 15 of those things. Very cool. But maybe click power gets upgraded again. Okay, now we need to make more glass. So at least this extra ash can go in there. And then 15 sand. Thankfully we can hold 15. And there should be 15 lying along the beach. Sure enough there is. Which can make 5 glass. Perfect. And there's one right here already. So we might as well make sure that the fuel storage is topped up. And I really want there to be like a storage chest somewhere because we have a lot of excess here. But now we have all the glass that we need. So click powers upgrade again. So hopefully the stone here is on the same level as the wood now, or something similar, which it seems like it is. Not that I really want to stick around to find out though, I have new things to make. Like why don't we make the other smelters, since we're here? Which I guess I need quite a bit of gapping to do, but that's no problem. So now with this smelter, we can set you to be iron ingots because we're gonna need that pretty soon, which of course takes iron ore, who'da thunk. And then this one, if we can fit it in there, ooh, thankfully we can. You can be the copper. So we have the hound, and then we just need the fox. But copper ingots, and then I guess there was another one for energy crystals. Not sure if that is gonna be plentiful enough to warrant its own thing, but we can try it. This is gonna need a lot of wood. Thankfully, that's the easiest thing to get. But we might as well see what the energy crystal costs to make. Maybe it's not that bad. So oh, it is that bad. We need crystal dust. Okay, I think we're at the point now where we can move on to other things. Let's upgrade the click hardness, which costs more glass, stone, and water. 15 stone, wow. But there's all that water with some extra that we don't know what to do with yet. And we need 10 glass, oh goodness. Gonna need a lot more wood. Just to make all that ash. This is quite the powerful little stump here to make all this wood. Must be related to the giving tree or something. But then we also need stone, so we might as well get all of that while we're waiting for the ash to be made. So all of you going all there, once more into the beach, and then it's even more waiting for the glass to be made. And then of course, because it needs so much ash, we don't have enough. And there's a chance we might run out of fuel here too. Hopefully we don't, but we need 3 more pieces of glass. So we need 9 ash in there, and then we should have enough sand, but we definitely need more fuel. So go in there, and then you go in there, and then store over here, sure. So now we have the last piece of glass that we need. Click harness upgraded. Okay, we should be able to get, what was it, the copper? I think that was over here. Oh, level 3 for that. The iron, we can get the iron ore now. Perfect. Might as well get as much of this as we can because I know the trader wanted some as well to make charcoal. And thankfully you wanted 15 iron ore. So you can go ahead and have it all. And now we have charcoal, which needs what? More wood. Go figure. I use the wood to burn the wood. Might as well store it up in the fuel first. And then hopefully this doesn't take very long. Oh, 10 seconds. Gross. 4 doesn't even go into 15 evenly. Maybe we should upgrade the storage again, which costs 10 more glass. Oh boy. Thankfully we had a bunch of wood harvested up here already because the ash definitely needs to get to work, but now we're making charcoal, which should be better fuel, which would actually be pretty good to store in the glass thing once we are able to. And then the ash one as well because it costs so much to make. Or I guess not really, but it should definitely burn faster than, not faster, burn better than wood. And speaking of, we need more wood. Always more wood. Would be nice if we could set up like a conveyor system so we just transfer it directly to this. But it's not that kind of game, I don't think. And there actually aren't that many buildings to make. Plus, we should probably get the portal going down here anyway, which this needs a lot of room to make. And thankfully, it actually doesn't take very much. But I'm guessing the painful thing is doing the energy crystal bit that portal's inevitably gonna need. But sand first, and then donate the rest to glass. And sure enough, the charcoal is burning way slower than the wood. Beautiful. So now we have the portal. Oh, we have stage 1 of said portal. So now we need to make stone blocks, and the regular stone doesn't work. Okay then. Need to find other things, which we might unlock a recipe by turning the iron ore into iron ingots, which the trader also needs, and 1 more glass. So now the buildings can store 20. That should ease people's minds about the charcoal. It does for me, but now the ash doesn't go in there evenly. Not that the sand really did before. Win some, you lose some, I guess. But now let's go ahead and get more iron ingots to further advance things, which thankfully all of this can go into the iron ingot furnace, which also takes 10 seconds. Gross. Is there any other upgrades over here that we can use the glass for since we're making it? Maybe more hand size? Oh, never mind, that takes iron ingots. Let's see what else there is. Auto click. Okay, there's glass and water. Just kind of in a vicious cycle of glass making, but now we have a new blueprint. It looks like a Smith, a forge. But we also need to get the trader blueprint for that, so we might as well get 5 iron ingots here, because that was needed to unlock the saw. But what's needed to make the forge? Iron ore, planks, and glass? Okay, so we need the saw first. For iron ingots. Easy enough. And now the saw can go right up here in our little work area. Easy enough, small blueprint. 5 more iron ingots. And a lot of wood. It's a wonder that there's gonna be a forest left after this. Or a beach, with how much sand we're collecting and needing for everything. So I wonder if the saw can be also used for making stone bricks, or just planks. I know exactly how I said that, and I know who's gonna be upset about that, because it ain't grammatically correct. And you know what? Cry about it. I'm the one that's over here doing all the things, and then you're over here being nerd emoji. Anyway, it's about time we started making some more iron ingots, but we might also need to take a bit of time and just make up a whole bunch of charcoal. Just so it's not like 1 per thing right now, or partial thing like it kind of is. Thankfully though, we have enough glass, so our auto click has been upgraded. So what does it take to get the click hardness upgrade again? Iron plates? And steel beams. Wow. I'd rather just make more hand sizes. But here we have more charcoal, so one go in there. And then we don't need anything about that yet. Might as well get another one in here because we need it. And in there. And then probably in there again. But here, we can get the saw going. Perfect. So let's see what we can do. Oh, we can make stone blocks here. Perfect. So we can make 10 blocks at a time with full storage here, of which we need 10. That's perfect. This is starting to work out pretty well for us. But of course, that also needs like 10 seconds or something. Oh, it takes 12 seconds. Even better. But we have stone block numero uno going in there. What else do you got? We need to make planks. So after we're done with the stone blocks, we can queue that up, which I'm guessing is just a whole bunch more wood, since that kind of seems to be the pattern here. So let's just test how much resources can be on the screen before the game starts to, you know, lag like crazy. Although that might take a little bit, so let's just start moving things. Moving it all into the charcoal furnace. Do we need 2 of these? I wonder if we need 2 of these, just because of the demand of fuel in this. I guess we could upgrade the fuel storage. That would help things. Refund all the iron ingots that we needed for that, and make more glass, since glass making is a lot more demanded than I thought it would be. So when we need wood, we can just come up here to our large stockpile, and then bring it all on back to turn into ash. And more charcoal. We don't get full storage here, but that's okay. But now all the stone blocks are made. So now all of those go in there. Perfect. So we have the base of it in, and then the next part is the actual like ring, which is where we need more iron plates and steel beams, and even more stone blocks. I think now is the time where we work on getting that forge. And for that, thankfully you just need iron ore and not more things, but we can also reset this to be planks. Since it costs so much, I think one thing at a time is still good. Okay, so the planks need water as well, but it's still just dumped out the water there. That makes sense. But we will just put that there and then make another ash because my goodness, glass is in demand this year. 2025, the year of glass. But now we have more fuel storage. Not that we were really, you know, overabundantly in fuel. Let's change that. So since we need so much glass, we might as well just put all the fuel that we're making into the glass furnace here, and then change this back to the, what was it, the click hardness? No, it wasn't that, hand size. So we should be able to store, we could do 6 before, so it's like 8? I hope it's 8. Would be kind of annoying if it was only going up 1 piece of fuel. Thankfully, it looks like it is 8, if you can make out the charcoal pieces there. So it looks like now the glass furnace is at full fuel storage, which is good. Might as well put this back into the charcoal thing. Nothing wrong with investing in yourself. But now let's get going on this plank production. We need more water. So just like the stone, we can make 10 planks at a time. And it seems like the planks are being able to be made much quicker. I love it. And it gave us a new blueprint for picking up the planks. It's a alchemy table. Wow, and I guess that's where we get the copper usage from, along with glass bottles. Is that what we use the forge for? Making glass bottles? Not sure how that works, but all this can go to the trader again, and just need a few more pieces of glass here. And it's been long enough, let's start making some more iron ingots. Since we still need that upgrade I queued up, and I think that upgrade was the hand size? Maybe at the end of this will be Big Hands Hands, or Big Hands Hans, however you say his name. But now we have all the iron ingots to go in here, and hand size is upgraded, so we can carry 20 things. Final piece of glass for the trader. Now it's just more iron ore, because it just keeps on moving up that way. But since we can hold 20 now, we can give the trader all that they want, and then still have a little extra for ourselves. So here you go. And now we have the forge blueprint, which is probably gonna need more iron ingots to make. Oh, but before that, we need to upgrade the building storage. Well then, it was about time we had to do that. Iron ingots and more planks. Thankfully, we still have a little bit of extra here, but of course a little extra is not enough. Need way more. And we need double the amount of planks that we can get off of one charge of this. But it's getting to the point I think we need to upgrade either the auto click or the strength of the click. Especially if the iron ore is doing this now, and we haven't even gotten to the copper stuff or the crystals at the end of this. But we should be able to do all of that, no problem. Let's make more charcoal. So thankfully, now that the storage is 20, we can make 5 charcoal at a time. And some gets used for fuel, I guess, because it just carries over that way. That's fine. Also, did you see how massive this forge is? It's crazy. Although I guess it's actually not much bigger than the smelter if you line up the little fuel station spot, but that can go right there. Thankfully, we can place it in, but we can't use it until we upgrade the building storage. But now we have all the iron ingots that we need, and then the rest can go into the forge production, which, what does the trader want for the alchemy table? Oh, right, we need to do the other things, steel processing and other stuff, but alchemy table, what do you want? Crystal, okay, we can't do that yet. How about steel processing, because other things want that? You want files for that. PNG or JPEG? At least for the files, you need glass and iron ingot, making even more glass, who'da thunk it? But that's all the planks that we need, so now building storage is upgraded. And that's what the forge wanted. Very good. Okay, click power, I think, is what we go for next. Even more iron ingots. Of course. It's fine, I'm used to it. I'm definitely not tired of coming back to here and then struggling to get all the iron ore that we need because the click power isn't upgraded yet. But we should be fine. But now it's time to make up a whole bunch of ash again. At least with 25 wood, we can get 25 ash out of it. Iron ingots go in there. Okay, click power upgraded. That should make the iron ore much easier to get. But also this wood as well. Oh yeah, that's way faster. We can have a lot of this stored up here because wood is fundamental for essentially everything. So let's see how much easier it is to get the iron ore now. It's kind of easier. It's like how the stone was. But now the smelter there can hold 25 of these, so I might as well just have a whole bunch of extra and then pump it all in there. The charcoal should keep up, I hope so anyway, because we still need 25 iron ingots. But we also need to change this over to stone blocks and get that production going, which thankfully the well pumps out water at an incredible pace now, which we should be able to make 12 stone blocks now, which is gonna help because we still need a whole lot for the other stage of this portal here. But here's all the glass that the trader needs, and now it's even more iron ingots, which thankfully we have a whole lot stored up here that we are using for this, but let's give her some because she doesn't need as many. Now I haven't looked at what's needed for the hand storage upgrade for it to be 25, but I'm guessing steel is involved. And sure enough, it's exactly steel, which I'm pretty sure we're gonna need access to copper for, so let's just have that in queue, since I'm pretty sure the forge can be used to make iron plates too. Oh, but that also needs steel beams. So what needs copper then? We'll figure it out later. And then we just keep the stone block production rolling. Now the trader gets all the iron ingots, and that's the file for the forge. Okay, so we do need it for that, but now we can put all the iron ingots towards the forge production. At least for right now, we have all the stone blocks that we need for this. Now, stage 2 wants 25 stone blocks, so let's keep that going. Now, this should be enough of the iron ingots that we need, so now we have the forge. Perfect. Which also means we need more charcoal. Of course. So with that, let's see what we can make here. There's the steel beams, but we need other things first. At least we can make the iron plates, but also wood pulp. I haven't seen anything that needs wood pulp yet. What do you want for the steel processing? Files and stone blocks. Okay, so let's make the files, which is 5 glass. Oh goodness. At least now the forge has fuel, but of course the other thing is needing even more ash. And I wonder if it's time to upgrade the beach at all. Although the beach is still producing sand at quite a good pace, so maybe we don't need to. We are pretty low into this upgrade, so maybe we could just see what it takes. Ingots, planks, and charcoal. Oh, we need charcoal for upgrades now. Not a big fan of that, but at least we can start making one file, which is that just an older way of spelling it? When did we start calling it with a V? Oh well, that's 1 out of 15. At least we can still use the iron ingots for this upgrade. Is that something that we want to put the iron ingots towards though? I'm not sure we do. go. But here, let's just make a whole bunch of planks, as it's still queued up for stone blocks. So let's just keep making stone blocks. I'm smirked, I know exactly what I'm doing. But my goodness, the amount of wood that is needed for everything is insane. I wonder if it's insane enough to have 2 furnaces for glass. Or 2 smelters, since it's so slow and the production demand is now so high. We haven't even done anything with copper yet, so we could probably switch this over and still keep the fuel in there without needing to build anything else. But we just have to keep the file production rolling as much as we can. Oh, the pain of not having automation. At least it's automated to where we don't need to be clicking on something to use it, and the production machines just keep on going on their own. At least now the portal stage 2 has all of the stone blocks that it needs, so we can put the rest towards the steel processing. And now we just split all of the ash between the 2 glass smelters. So while the one is going, we collect sand for the other one. Or I guess by the time we actually collect the sand, this first one needs it as well. Oh goodness, it needs so many things. I'm starting to see another benefit for upgrading the beach. But now that top one is topped up on sand, so it should run for a good while with all the ash that we're putting into it as well. And then all of this glass can go directly into the file, so we can actually make 2 at a time now. But at least when all the charcoal is made from this batch of wood, that should be enough for the beach upgrade at the obelisk. And not that we really need to worry about the speed of ash production because of how quick it is, but I do wonder if we need a second one regardless. It's just annoying how much wood it takes. But here, now all the charcoal is put in the thing. And then this batch of stone blocks here should be everything that the trader wants. And then we can switch over to planks for this, which I guess we still need more iron ingots. And how many does a trader want? 15! Gross! We're only halfway there, living on a prayer. So we can actually set this up to make quite a few pieces of glass at a time. And by pieces of glass, I mean vials. But that's 2 more there, just need 5 more. And now we have all the stone blocks that we need. I guess we did already. Not sure what I made these for. We'll just hold on to them. There's gonna be something else that needs them. There always is. But now we can switch this over to planks. And thankfully, it's just a single full charge and a little bit extra to make all the ones that we need. And I must say, having the charcoal as fuel has been so good. I haven't had to worry about fuel for a while. And hopefully it's still a while before I need to. Or maybe not, because the glass is just churning constantly. Now just 2 more planks are needed. And now we have upgraded the beach for the 2nd time today. Oh, and I guess the beach is upgraded all the way. That makes it easy. Now, what does it take to upgrade hand size? Steel beams, auto click, iron ingots and blanks? We can do that, just so that each of these things has a purpose always. So now there should never be a shortage of sand that we need, and sure enough, as we collect a whole bunch, even more is popping up. So there really should never be a worry of these glass things running out of sand. Not that there was in the first place, but now it's just like certain. And we're able to put in 10 pieces of glass at once. Or a little bit extra, but now we can make 5 or 3 files in one go. But man, that demand for ash is just insane. The demand for all these is insane. But now we can take all of these files over to the trader, and that's all the ones that they need. So now it's just more stone blocks. That's what I still had that thing for. So it's a good thing we have all of these. And that's enough. So now we have steel beams for the forge that we can make. Which, what does that take? It takes steel ingots. Oh, that's it. Wait, I thought we were making iron ingots. So steel ingots are its own thing, which is what? Iron ore and charcoal? Oh, that's it? I thought there would be copper mixed in there. I have no idea how steel is made, but we still need the thing for making charcoal, so I think we do need to make another thing here. Or we kind of want to keep the 2 glass things because files are going to be needed in the future. So we definitely need to make another smelter right down here, which is the easiest thing I've had to make in a while. And I guess it's that time where we have to worry about fuel. Thankfully, it's not too much worry. More worried about the amount of vials that we're going to need for future upgrades, because so far, that is the thing that takes the longest time to make. And we haven't even started doing stuff with copper yet. So why don't we just keep the glass production rolling at all times? But now we have charcoal to, first of all, fuel this. Set that to steel ingots. And then we need to make so much more for the recipe, since we only make 6 at a time. And now we have put too much wood into things, so now it's being used as fuel. Whoops. But here, we'll just keep the glass over there. I feel like we only need 1 forge for this. And now we put the iron ore in here, which, okay, that also takes 10 seconds. I guess that gives us a bit more time to fill it up with the recipe ingredients. And I do think the next upgrade we need to get is the hand storage size, so that we don't have to make so many back and forth trips like this. I feel like that's why the machines are constantly empty, because we're spending a lot of time on the back and forth. But now we have steel ingots, and one of them makes a steel beam through the process of hydraulic press, which, what did I need this for? Oh, right, the portal for one. We need 20 of these? Gross. Does the trader want them for anything? Alchemy table blueprint. Surprisingly not. You want crystal for that. Oh well, more for me. And thankfully it's just one charcoal that's needed for a steel ingot instead of like 3. Really wish I could set up an auto clicker on each of these nodes so it just constantly pumps out the stuff, but you don't get everything you want. What I do get though is past the auto click upgrade in here, so we can look at upgrading hand size, and that takes steel beams. And I think we are gonna need a second charcoal smelter now that I think about it, because that takes a while to make. And now charcoal is the thing that's in demand. Thankfully, it doesn't feel like we need 2 of every kind of smelter yet. But here, a second charcoal thing there. Store up a bunch of wood. And slap it in. And then there was some wood down here for whatever reason. Slap that in too. And the auto click is working a lot better. Very nice. So now we're able to make so much more charcoal at once. It's just that it takes so much wood to make a charcoal that it's still a lot of back and forth. And it's still definitely worth it just to store up a whole bunch over here so we can bring a chunk of it back, slap it in there, go back for more, pick it up already without having to mine it. And then it goes back into one of the two, probably the ash, and then even more charcoal production all around. So now we have a whole bunch of steel beams that we can put in because it just kept rolling on the production. Excellent, but now we need more iron ore because steel beams take 2 iron ore to make. So we might as well just fill up the smelter as much as we can, and then we have a little extra. And a whole lot of charcoal to put in there now too. Even better. And now this should be the last steel beam that we need to get the hand size upgrade. So we slap that in there, and I'm making all 25 things. So we could come up here, grab 25 wood, and then put that all in the ash maker. Because the glass is still gonna be needed in the future, I feel like. Either way, we still need to make a bunch of steel beams. So maybe we do need another one of this for steel beams, and then for the iron plates that we need. So let's get one of those down. So now we have a use for the iron ingots again, at least for a little bit. And now we need so much iron ore. And then we also need to change the saw back over to stone block production. But now what's another upgrade we need to get here? Should we start working towards the click harness? I feel like we can, because now we're gonna have everything we need for this, and thankfully only 3 steel beams are needed. And I'm glad all the stuff that floats on the ground doesn't despawn after a time, because that would be oh so annoying. So all these steel beams can go into there, and now all the ones that we make in the future can go towards the portal, because we're still working on that. Making all these things and getting upgrades is nice, but let's not forget about the whole reason that we're doing all this, is to try to get off the island. At least the iron ingot thing can get all the way full on that. You know, maybe we could use a second saw, because it takes so... well, not that it takes long to make the blocks, we could double our production regardless. And if we feel like it, we can have 1B planks and 1B stone blocks. But that's also another thing that the iron ingots are needed for. Thankfully, not that many. And also all this ash can go into this one. And there's a saw. Okay, more stone blocks because we have a lot of excess here. So maybe it is because the production is so slow. Either way, it works. And then I was using these for this one, that's right. And we might as well just start investing steel beams in the portal stage, and we should make sure that steel beams are being churned out constantly to keep up with how much is needed. Well, steel ingots are gonna be made with wood for a little bit, and thankfully this is all the stone blocks that we need. Oh, and it looks like the iron ingots actually ran out of fuel. Well, that's surprising. There must have been some wood dumped into that one because it all burnt away or something. And this should be all the iron ingots. Okay, so now we have a second forge, and I'm still wondering what wood pulp is even needed for. Not that it's really difficult to make, it's just like, why? Haven't seen anything that needs that yet. But now we can set this to iron plates, which thankfully is just iron ingots and nothing else. So that's another thing that has to be churning constantly. Lovely. So much iron ore is needed now, and the portal stage 2 also needs iron plates. So we're having a great old time with this. And the click hardness needs iron plates as well. But I think we'll focus on that one first, because it only takes 10 of them, which means we need 30 iron ingots. Thankfully, I'm pretty sure the iron ingot production is a 1-to-1. Oh no, it's a 2-to-1. So we need 60 iron ore for this, and that's not very fast. Do we need 2 of these? Do I need 2 iron ore things now? Maybe I do. And then that way, all of this can go into one glass maker. So you become iron ingots. I feel like it's a good idea to have one smelter that can be kind of switched around like that. And then all this iron ore that is down here can go into here. So that should speed that up. We have plenty of glass in reserve for however many vials we need to make, which hopefully isn't much. I feel like the alchemy table's gonna need quite a bit. Although, oh, I forgot about the fuel for this one. Whoopsie daisies. But now this charcoal burner needs fuel. But now we have iron plates made. And we're actually able to keep that one topped up pretty easily. So that should be constantly going. I hope so anyway. Steel beams, on the other hand, is another thing entirely. We have 3 so far. We're doing great. Okay, so now we have 2 charcoal goers again. But man, this thing takes like 1 whole piece of wood to make a single steel ingot. So it's good that the coal lasts even longer. But now we have both of the iron plates needed for more click hardness. So now it's just more iron ingots. The easier thing to do. So very quickly we get all the things we need for that. So now click hardness is upgraded again. So now we should be able to get to the copper ore going. Not that we really have anything to do there yet, but we also probably need to get the copper ingots to unlock more recipes. Thankfully though, we can get it. But we are gonna need plenty more iron plates, so we will probably keep both of the iron ingot things going, and then build another smelter down here, since the copper ingots are what we need for the alchemy table. Although they also want crystal, and we are not there yet. What does it take to get the click harness 4 that we need for that? Copper wire, pipes, and files. Ah, so it's a good thing we made all of this glass up here. And if we need 5 of them, then we just need 25 glass, and we have that. Oh, we can get that super easily. So we'll just let that go and then get everything going for the copper. So now copper ingots go right there. And then maybe we do something else first, like the click power, which needs even more steel beams, but only 2 of them. Do we have 2 on standby? We don't. But iron plates as well. We're not making the files anymore, so we can swap that over and then get all those going. Have these off to the side, and then 5 charcoal for that, easily enough. Thankfully, these aren't needing large quantities, just difficult things. And I think getting the other click strength upgrade is gonna be pretty useful before we start collecting all the copper. At least we can get some going, so we can get 1 and see how long it takes, which is 10 seconds again. So all the iron plates are in there for that, easily enough. And we have a 1 copper bar here, which actually didn't unlock new recipes. But we still need them for the trader. The trader probably has the copper things that we need. Copper processing, exactly. And now this should be the last steel beam we need for the click power upgrade. So there we have that. And now collecting copper should be a lot easier. Oh, I didn't realize that the trader wanted glass for that. So it's time to fire that up again with even more wood. Thankfully though, we should be able to fill the ash up extremely quickly. And to get all the iron ore that we need is a lot better. So now the glass furnace should be able to churn pretty constantly. Look at how quick the wood pops out now. That is so much better. I wonder if it's maxed out. I feel like it isn't. Yeah, sure enough, it can still get 1 more. At least. Oh, and I totally forgot the trader wants the crystals for alchemy table. Okay, so maybe we do get copper processing first, which is steel beams, planks, and more files. Thankfully, we have all those. They were gonna be for something else, but might as well. And all of these iron ingots should make topping up this furnace a very easy task. And then all this glass we can worry about later. And now we have the last iron plate that we need. So now it's just all the rest of the 12 steel beams that we need. And honestly, we don't make enough steel ingots to justify turning both these into steel beam production. But what we can do is take one of these iron ingot makers and turn it into a steel ingot maker, which will refund all of that, and we just put it back in like that, and then all of this can be used for something else. Maybe more iron plates. We're definitely getting more of those. And then we're not doing anything with copper ingots anymore, so maybe we get 3 charcoal goers going, since goodness, that demand is gonna be high. At least we can get the wood incredibly fast, and that's the wrong one. And I forgot I had all this wood moved down here. But hey, oh no, that's not what I wanted at all. Can't I empty the fuel thing? Oh man. Okay, but now we have 2 steel ingot smelters going. So this should make things very much easier this way. So at once we can put in enough for 2 steel beams in one go. The painful part is just going all the way back here to get all the iron ore that we need for all this. And now, with these 5 steel beams here, we can finally complete this stage of the portal. Oh, please, no more. We need copper ingots and pipe trees and 30 copper ingots? Oh boy. Well, we did make quite a bit of progress here, so I think this is a good place to end things with all of our smelters and other things going on. So I hope you guys enjoyed this look at Click Mage. It's a fun little adventure with more going on that we have yet to explore, like the alchemy. So if you guys want to see that, then be sure to let me know. Thank you for watching, and sub to Intern. I'd also like to thank the channel members, including Bread, Corby Farm, Dakota, Donamoto, DeviantX, Ancient Elixir, Matthew, Hateful Harold, Peggy Sue, Dribblelong, Lily, The Mire Within, DeGarity, Sans, Isaac, V, Killer Squad, Mousy Mouse, and Nicholas.